Okay, welcome guys. Today we have another three very interesting games. Let's get started. There we go. All right, so here's the email. Here is us. Um, the first game we have today is Ron McKenzie versus Jerry Ho. Jerry, I believe Jerry has been to some of the Go tournaments that I've been to. Um, and Jerry is a 1Q here. He's playing against a 1 Dan player, so let's go root for the underdogs. Okay, let's get started. Okay, all right. If you guys don't know, the North American Online League is a very nice, very good tournament for us to hone our skills. Um, you can play 5 rounds per season. This is a season number 8, and you can get many game reviews if you play on the league by people like me. Okay, this is a Joseki. This is a right move, I believe, for this Joseki. If white extends on the outside and something like this happens, there is a ko inside the corner, like this, and ko is very bad for white. To decide on what to play next in this kind of a Joseki, attach, hane, extend. Um, just remember, you as white, as a corner player, you want to be able to tanuki at this time, and then you're good. Right now, another move here, like R6, R7, a jump is very big. Okay. Okay, in the game, white elects to play very fast. This is also okay. Now, this locally, if everything settles the way they are, this will favor black due to the very efficient shape of capturing this 1 stone by as a ladder. However, white has some potential ladder breaker all along this line of ladder, and it'll be up to both sides. It'll be up to white to make most use of the ladder breaker, and it'll be up to black for dealing with it, taking minimal losses. So right here, I'd recommend some. The AI frequently recommends some move fairly far away from the ladder, but also fixing the ladder. This way, you're getting as much influence and spreading yourself out as quickly as possible, versus, as opposed to playing this simple capture, and as opposed to playing way too far away where your opponent has some fairly good ladder breaking possibilities. Okay, this is a Joseki. Um, this move is good. I would just like to affect it, change it a little bit so that you are also fixing the ladder at the same time. Like this move would fix this ladder. It'll prevent any sente ladder breakers such as this one. And so this move, it's in a very close spot to the game move. And if you can accomplish, half of what you can do in the game, and then also accomplish this other thing, preventing this ladder breaker, feel free to, to play it. This is an unconventional shape. Um, you don't see this very often, but it's very, very effective, and I'm sure this would be slightly better than this one. So, in other words, something like this is probably also preferred. Go times like this, you are, Go encourages you to be, to be free and, free and not stringent. So we'll take every effort, memorizing Josekis, memorizing shapes can be boring. So take every opportunity you have to try to extract as much efficiency out of your moves as possible, and you're also, this feels more enjoyable too. Okay, so right now white plays the approach move on the top, and black is gonna always have on the back of his mind this ladder when this Joseki, when the top left Josekis are being played. For example, if a normal attachment Joseki, something like this happens, this extend is gonna become might become a problem for black. So black really, if you spend the other move like over here just slightly off, you would be much more worry free in this location. Okay, so in the game, black pincered here, starting a complicated fight, and noticeably, it's very sensible for white to jump and then extend and then save, this ladder stone. Just a simple jump would do it, and now we would have to, as black here, we'd have to connect or this, and we would suffer a little bit of a loss right away due to this exchange. White is not dead, whereas before white was dead. So white already gained here, and then on the upper left, it's still a very, very even Joseki. White just continues to play this Joseki out. So um, let's see what white did. So very similar. White played something very, very similar. And looks like both of them are forgetting about this ladder on the lower right. Um, Usually the one getting captured doesn't forget, and is usually the one who first recalls the ladder whenever whenever they have a chance. So let's see if White is indeed the first to realize. Um, and a very powerful idea here is that you can view this exchange, extend and black connecting here, as a sente game. And then you don't have to necessarily continue here. You can keep doing what you're doing on the top left. This way, black does not have a very clean way to capture white with one move coming up. Okay, so complicated fighting happens on the top left. This is a very complex Joseki that I studied before, and I unfortunately do not remember. However, Atari seems very logical, and then exchanging this, blobbing the opponent up is you can almost always do the blob up without thinking, or you know, you know, put the blob up on autopilot and just do it. It will almost never be bad, and then we can think about um, how to survive in the corner. Something like this is probably survivable. Okay, let's see what happened. White played in the corner first and then played here. This is interesting. So this is a ladder making move for this ladder. And since White played it, I'm sure it will work. However, uh, this move also threatens to extend this one stone, to save this one stone. So this is very likely to happen next. Did White need that move in order to save his stones here, though? Seems like he does right now. However, with one more move here, in Sente, he would not. So, and in all seriousness, because any move like this is going to be Sente on the upper left, black is not going to go for this ladder capture. So I'd recommend white forego this move and just extend out directly. Okay, so let's see. So black plays here, white now extends. Now it's like, so before your first move is extending out, the second move could be a capture. Now your second move is here in the middle somewhere. It's much less punishing against black, and as a result, on the upper left, white may suffer a lot more. So let's see what happened. Okay. Another thing for black to consider is to sacrifice the side two stones via something like this, cutting the outside stone in sente. Of course, capturing the top left is very big. Playing this push is also very, very, very big. Okay. Okay, so black is the one to make the first move on the top, and again, play this next move very, very big. Um, okay, so in the game, black connects and cuts. Okay, yeah, white makes the right move of turning. This will capture the four black stones. Oh, well, this doesn't seem like a very good idea, does it? Um, so right now, black, the four stones is gone. Is gonna be gone for sure. Um, and because the compensation was always to black captures the top left, white does a lot of damage to the lower right. Um, so yeah, so after this, maybe the first move could have been to just Atari, or better yet, just play another very big crawling move there. Wait for white to capture, or for white to play here, and the lower right could be considered not such a big deal. Um, just to mention a very common move is this shape. Right now, it, it's also very much okay to just play the forced variations or to just jump out. Both are fine. So in the game, black is trying to not give up anything on the lower right, and this is likely not gonna be very good. So if white just captures, this will already be very good for white. Um, okay, white captures this one in the game, and now black loses sente and connects. This will allow white to turn over here. In the game, white jumped. Okay, that's about the same. White is capturing these four stones now. The top left group dying for white doesn't seem so bad because the lower right, white is capturing just as much, if not more, than black is. Okay, so black does come back to this move, which is crawling move, which is very, very big. It's almost sente if white plays it. And after black plays these three stones, is almost dead as well for white. Okay, and one thing is for sure, white is not surrounding any territory in the C10 area. Okay, however, with that said, the lower left corner black group is also under attack, and this is leftover issues from earlier when black connected here and then cut here and then played this move, getting cut as well. Okay, so in the game, white played this one. This is a noticeably very, very large move. Seems okay. So black plays here, attacking the three stones and making some territory. And now white comes in for the attack against the group here. And here white does something very double-sided, which is very good. Which is very good. I would recommend extending here instead of jumping because just to make sure that we're getting this peep in sente. Okay, okay. In the game, allowing this, black's stone at c10 and c7 to link up and indirectly linking up with the bottom is probably good for black. If we foresaw that, then maybe this attach would be better. Maybe blocking here. Maybe playing this earlier. Okay, so in the game, black definitely gained from this. Okay, and now black is totally connected. Okay, this is a lot of thickness value for taking care of your relatively weak group. So, black is fighting back in this game, and black has a target, this white group. A very common Tetsuji now is to play this Hane move, and you can get some sentes like this, but better yet, you probably can extend and get a better result. Black doesn't want to be blocked up as we saw before, so black is going to push, and this way we can capture this one stone. This also fixes this cut for white and gives the middle white group a lot of ice space. So this is a very common technique to take care of one's shape. So rather than simply protecting your own cutting points, you're also pressuring the opponent at the same time using some sacrifice tactics to get more exchanges, and then um, more exchanges equals ice space and things like that. Okay, so in the game, white protects and black starts pressuring the middle white further. Again, this tighter move, it really takes advantage of black's shortage of liberties here. This move does not do as much in terms of the pressure it puts on black's shape. And this one, okay, this is an okay move. However, right now, these three white stones is right up against a very solid black corner. So the three white stones, the additional territory that comes with it is not very big. And, black is super strong already, so there's no thickness value. Um, White really would like to play a move like this jump that secures this huge right-hand side territory. Another move could be here, 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 solidifying the right-hand side. Um, and then when black captures the three stones, just make two eyes in the middle, and that would be totally a very good choice. In the game, white defense here, very safe, but it does give black a chance to invade the right-hand side. Black does not go for the right-hand side, however, and again, uh, if if you think that white has already lived in the middle, then none of these areas matter very much. White can Atari once, just Tanuki surrounds the right hand side, and then whatever black is going to capture here, white will allow black to capture. This Atari allow black to capture that too, if you're sure that white is alive in the middle, which it seems like is the case. It really doesn't feel like black has anything really um, um, strong against white here. Okay, so that's and the on the other hand, if you don't think white is safe, then by all means make another move here, make another move here or here or here. Um, in any case, here, this is a place that white wants to grab sente with. Another way to grab sente is to Atari on the upper side and give up the side white stone. Both of these would be very strong plays. In the game white connects, this feels very over-concentrated on the upper side position, the side group. It also allows black to cut the middle in sente, whereas before every white stone could be sacrificed, now every black stone in the area can be sacrificed. Just imagine something like this, and white is the one not able to gain anything. So by not making either of these two Ataris, white has foregone the possibility of getting any of these, either of these Ataris in Sente. So lesson, get the Atari while you can. very often, once you respond one more time, when you have thickness, when you build thickness on top of thickness, then all your Ataris, around this area will not be sente. Your opponent would play something more efficient. Okay, and so in this game, black is deciding that trying to capture the middle is a way he's gonna try to contest this game. Um, it doesn't seem like this will capture. For example, white plays here. This is an eye that can't be taken away, and if black seriously wants to take away this white eye, there's this kind of stuff, and white still has an eye here. So, and of course, white has um, other resources, so that doesn't seem like it will work. Another move is here that would be better. So, um, um, however, white played here, which if you just take the simple moves all as sentes, white doesn't clearly have two eyes yet. So um, we're Atari in two stones, which we capture two, black captures one, and there's no eye space there. So maybe this move, either of these could be better. Maybe here, as we said earlier. Okay, so let's see if black is able to do the damage. Um, I think um, I think this turn, this push was more important than the other ones. So in the game, when this happened, white has this move in sente. See, now we don't have this push anymore, and it's white's move, and this is very likely to be alive. Theoretically, this is capturable by playing like this, but um, white playing here, and so this is sente and this cut, and if black connects, there's this move. So in practice, this is alive. Of course, white can also just play this move and then play the connect. This is a totally alive by white. So this is a key push that black didn't get. So again, the lesson is push while you can, because if you don't push, you may not. If you don't play these necessary sentes, you may never get a chance to play them in the future. Okay, and so instead, white also makes a mistake in the game. Remember, this was sente. If black pushed here, we are pushing here to capture. Um, so this, white playing at the start point move is making eye space, while the game move is not. So this is potentially a very, very bad mistake by white. Just imagine if D11 here is at the start point, white would have a straight four shape, no problem. Okay. So this allows black to come in to try to capture. Let's see if he is successful. Okay, good. Very good job so far by black. If black were to succeed, he had to play basically all of these moves. Okay. Um, good job by black. Okay, and it's game over. So white was looking at a very, very good game. However, one imprecise move here when black's only chance was to capture this white group. Uh, this imprecise move, both of these moves are sente, except this one also makes eye space for white. Could have done this, would have lived for sure. Remember, we didn't make this push because when black plays the same move, this connect threatens this move. So so there's no way that black can you know threaten white anymore. And in the game, as at this point, still a chance to do this here by playing this, but that would give up the corner. Um, White didn't want to do that. Instead, White tries to uh, you know still live by moving out to the outside. Um, it's still fairly unclear at this moment, but after the next few moves, it became clear. So White takes the risks, of course. Okay, and so that was the last mistake by White, letting the big group die, or not finding the perfect move. Before this, something White could have probably played something better, like this one, this one. This move was not at the um, vital expansion of ice space point. White could have expanded his ice space more than this move, so E-efficient move. And also before this, um, you also White could have went for the outside, like played this one in sente and then Atari'd, and then played like this for the outside. But ultimately, it was this connect, which was a bit slow, that gave Black this opportunity to try going for the capture against White to begin with. So this move could totally be skipped. Um, if you're worried about the group, live. If you're not, then surround this huge point on the right-hand side. And the problem for White is that Black can capture this one stone. Therefore, before you Tanuki, you play the Satari and then do it. Now capturing this one stone is not so painful. And also White has this move to connect home. So, Black might just find himself spending another move here. And, and if White plays precisely, you'll see that White gets these two moves, Black gets almost nothing. So many ways that White could have done better and played a very good game until the end. So um, very good job by Black to find an opportunity where to generate and seize the opportunity. Okay, good games. And next game we have this is Milan, isn't it? Milan
Yeah,
is the
I played a
organizer.
very interesting opening.
Yeah, yeah. If you guys don't know, Milan is the organizer of the North American Online League. So when you guys have a chance, say hi to him and thank him for organizing efforts. And welcome, Milan.
Thanks for the introduction, man.
Very interesting opening. I myself have seen this or the versions of this before. Very interesting. I think with AI now, we can always tell how much this kind of opening is bad by. My guess is about 7 points or so after these four moves. So, in other words, nothing too bad that we can't come back from. So let's see how the game develops after this. Most of the time, when Black elects to play this middle of the board's opening, um, Black is going to have more influence over the board and will gain an advantage in the fighting to come. Um, that's the price you pay for losing, getting ahead on territory as White. So um, right here. So from White's perspective, and White is doing a good job in this game of doing it, is White does not want to pick what normally are even fights and instead wants to have peace whenever possible. So here White is doing a very good job of this, not being too red-eyed about the top black territory. If white were to invade, it would be invading the left-hand side and not the top because the top is stronger, always invades the weaker sides. And in this case, white is attacking the weakest part of black's positions, which makes a lot of sense. Okay, so white is playing a very good, doing a very good job at this. Black is also, yeah, huge
This
mojo in the
Tanuki I
middle.
did right now is just
Yeah,
I don't know how do I feel about it looking at the game now. I feel like I needed another move on this.
yeah, yeah. Very good job making a huge mojo. This is inviting white to come fight in black's backyard, which is a very, very good idea. Um,
That's the point of the
yeah,
black hole opening. It's called the black hole, right?
it's called the black hole opening.
Yeah.
Nice, nice name.
You get swallowed by the black hole if you invade too early, you know. It's like
Cool, cool. Yeah, given this position on the board, White is doing a very good job of keeping the fighting on the right hand side, where White has some advantage, more or less. So let's see how this game is gonna develop. Um, yeah, Black cannot connect, and it's not advisable for Black to try to live with two eyes here. This would give White too much thickness, and if White has nothing to worry about, Black is not going to be able to make a big moyo. So,
this is why I picked
yeah.
the bottom side. The top is also big. It almost also was scary, but
Mhm.
I got to harass a corner a little bit and yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So both sides are playing very, very well in this position. White is keeping the fight where White has the advantage, and Black is settling this. And so after this right-hand side is settled, with White not having too much territory, White is gonna have to deal with the original problem, which is the big moyo for Black on the left and the middle.
And this move felt like it was too deep of an invasion, but I was
Mm,
too scared to go from the other side. So
yeah, yeah,
it's some territory, right?
yeah. This move feels like a deep invasion, but without any other liabilities for White, it's very difficult to capture uh, from either way. Yeah, yeah, very true. This stone is not gonna be captured if White, doesn't mess up. So um, fairly good. Um, Another move White could have tried was to invade deeper on the left-hand side and then really force Black to make. Of course, White has to live after invading and then make Black commit to surrounding the middle. That would also be a very strong way to play. In the game, if Black succeeds in keeping most of this top and left side territory, Black would have a chance to come, keep the territory close and contest the game. Um, yeah, out of the two, Black is more interested in keeping the left-hand side for what we talked about earlier. The left-hand side is weaker than the top. So,
This
uh,
was me changing my mind and going on the outside, and then he did this long extension, which I was like, okay, I'm happy with.
yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Um, Whenever you guys are playing a Mojo style, yeah, right now Black has no more weaknesses on the board, except maybe the right hand side. So it makes a lot of sense to try to attack White instead of trying to surround a little bit of additional territory, because always remember you're only surrounding, the value is always in the additional territory, not what you already have. So black already has the left-hand side. The additional territory is just these few points in the middle. So this is right. And if you are a little worried about the right-hand side group, then this move makes even more sense. Makes even more sense. So
That was the right call. That's the move. I was like, I need to do that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's too bad that there's not too much we can do as black to capture some white stones. I don't think this is gonna be very, very good. Also, we are also a bit afraid of white really fighting it out like this. This is unclear. Um, so in that sense, the extend back makes a lot of sense as well. Okay, so we can still cut white. That's a good move. It threatens to connect the three stones back. Um, White can salvage some capture like this, but
The cut is
this is
still there.
yeah, yeah. So let's see. So white protects the middle, also makes sense. And then white plays this one. This one is okay. Is okay, but I would recommend for white to play something more direct, something like this, where white is putting more direct pressure on black. So something like this loose jump into the middle is runs the risk of getting letting the opponent as black here get sentes in the middle, and you guys can see that here white is not making any territory here, and of course black plays here in the game. Perfect, very good move. And so this forces white to connect home this way and capture two stones. So this would be a success by black. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. Black can cut in sente, and then next, black is cutting the middle. Um, so black is turning the tables in this middle fight, and most of this came from white's slack move here. It didn't threaten black or protect much of white's home connections. And as a result, this sharp fighting by black, oh, and also getting this connecting sente is really turning the tables in this middle fight and also turning the game into black's favor. Remember, white started having captured the three stones here, and now those three are all home. And now black is stronger than this black group is stronger than it was in the beginning of the fight, and white's middle group is being cut off from home, which means it is much weaker than at the beginning. So very good job by black in the middle game fighting stage. Atari perfect, perfect. So very good job by black in the middle fighting. However, yeah, yeah, you can't have everything. So white does have some ways to counter attack in the middle here. Here, the connect is very powerful. There is this next blob up of the opponent that we always like. And then black can still run away with the middle. And this way black can also keep the left-hand side um, territory. So connect is a very powerful move. Um, we are really not afraid of being cut like this. White needs to play 6, and any move here would capture these white stones. So uh, okay, in the game, black plays the tiger's mouth, which is also okay. It's just um, black is less able to block on the left-hand side um, as the connect, which is okay. So here, white turns very reasonable. White is now purely on the defensive. There is a gote eye here, so if white can make another eye, white can live. But as you guys can see, we're talking about white being able to live, which is already a success for black here. So here, before we had wanted black to extend, Right now, it is a good idea. It preserves this wedging cut, which can capture the two white stones. Um, if we can block, we would block. If we can't block, then of course we have to extend and then cut white here. We won't have to worry about this potential cut because of this cut in the corner for white. Okay, so in the game, black plays here, which is also okay because next you are blocking here, and you know um, this should be also okay. The only thing is it is a little bit complicated when white cuts like this. I can imagine this kind of a move being played and then some complicated fight for the right hand side. And if black Ataris, this Atari white is always this is potentially unclear, but this is a very good. The goals of this move is very good. Um, and unclear doesn't mean that it's bad. Unclear could be we barely hold on and everything is fine. So in the game, white tries to make ice with this move. Very good move in terms of making ice space. And here, a normal black plays a very normal trying to reduce the ice space kind of a move like this, which is okay. Here, the way to take away the center eye is center eye is to play this hane when white captures this stone. Play here, and then when white captures this one stone, this is not an eye; it's a false eye. However, this is very risky, as you guys can see with Ataris all over the place, and um, it's very risky. Okay, so alternatively, maybe now is a good time for black to play like this one, where if black can peep like this, it'll be fine. But this, if black peeps here now, it's already too late. So another case where get your peeps um, before you before they before you are not able to get your peeps. This is recommended, and it's making white play an empty triangle, which why not? It doesn't
I was
hurt.
definitely thinking about it, but I didn't like it because I was too close to his wall, and it felt
Mm,
like,
mm.
he'll capture that stone and make an eye. It was easier for me to just
Ah,
bait and falsify the eye.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Very true. The only thing is we had to force, we would have liked to forcify the eye like this. In the game, we were not able to. So, yeah, very good thinking there. Just a little detail of taking that eye away. Okay, right
Oh,
now I think for black, black needs to be a little more careful now because white is making an eye and destroying a lot of black territory on the top. Okay, now would not be a bad time to, uh, to take a small profit or take this, connect white place here. Now would be also a very good time to pull the stops on the attack. Let's see if we we went for it. Um, okay, so let's see who is successful, living or killing. Um, okay, as white here, you
for me, at this
probably
point, it was all or nothing. I was like, I'm gonna kill everything or I'm gonna ruin all my points.
ah white ruined all the points. Yeah, um, uh, that is a very good sentiment. That is a very understandable sentiment.
I can't help myself. Like,
Mm,
there were moves like way before where I was like, I don't care if you leave. I just take my territory and I'm
yeah,
good. But
yeah.
like, I wanted to kill so bad.
Yeah. We all understand this feeling. But If we're in another mood, we could always capture the five or capture the two, that kind of thing. However, if we're head set on this road, let's see, let's
Yeah, I
see.
mean, you'll see. It's like I'm just poking the eye. You'll see it.
Yes, yes. Black is really committing to capturing white, poking out the eyes. Um, okay, and this is gonna be a close one. I can see uh, Hane, Hane connect. If white connects, this is three liberties on two liberties. So black holds on the top here. Um, yeah, so very good job holding on the top. White did connect, and this is gonna be black winning this local liberty race. This also gives black a lot of flexibility by keeping some of this upper side territory. Um, it also allows black to have some other options as well. So for white, probably this connect had to be played, and here's just a very good just uh, moves. Either Atari would work in terms of this Hane making this move and Atari. This other Atari would also work. This one would also work, making this an Atari. Um, okay, so in the game, white blocked, black cut, very very nice. And I don't, yeah, at this point, I don't think white can make any ice face on the top anymore. So good job by black. Still, this overall group seems more likely to live than to get captured. Okay, black is doing it though, so this is quite an exciting battle. Um,
This is
now
the
that
time now.
Yeah. Here, this move protects against this push and cut, so that's a good move. Over here, because black captured one stone, it does, white plays that move, and black is alive, so that's a good way to try to continue capturing. In the game, this move, I I'd recommend, if you can't capture white, I would recommend something like this one, where you can imagine white making the Atari and the next move, but at some point, white is gonna have to connect back, and then you can do, and then black can do what, take care of the right side maybe, using the fact that white has to connect to still try to capture this way. In the game, black played here. Um, this is an easy one. If white wanted to fight it out, something like this is also very strong. So in the game, white played a safe approach and then connect. This seems like white will get an eye, but remember, white didn't destroy the top territory. There is also this O10, and when black plays and captures these two white stones, it's likely to be sente. So black still kept a lot of territory, and whites did damage this corner a little bit. So overall, the game is still very, very unclear. For white, not having gotten this sente is gonna hurt a lot. And of course, when white plays here, black may want to play this one, where later black can capture two stones like this with a
I think
cut.
we both missed how Sente was E18. So.
Yes, yes. E18 is a double sente. So in the game, white lived, but lived fairly um, meekly, and so black got this very large double sente. Very good job by black here. When black played this, I think locally this can live. The question is it gonna be Is it gonna be a Seki or something? And in the game, apparently White resigned at this point, meaning White is probably thinking even if this lives, then the amount of damage that was suffered earlier, like for example, Black plays at 2, very likely sente, this is likely sente, just some very simple finishing up moves like this, and we'll see that White just has 4 corners for maybe 50 points, less than 50, and just this bottom black territory is 40, and then there's the top 50, 60, 70, plus these 5 are potentially getting captured. So White is right in that at this point, White is losing by a lot. White is losing by 20 points. Um, yeah, so maybe White shouldn't have taken this easy way out and instead should have fought more. Um, but anyways, that double sente at E18 is huge, and White messing up on the upper side, misreading the liberties surely hurt a lot. If only White just connects once, like this, Black has 10 less points. Um, so it was not that long ago that Black was the one feeling like, it was kill or lose, right? Kill or lose the game, and um, a few moves afterwards, and Black was the one turning the tables in the territory game, and a few defensive moves by White, and just 1 or 2 mistakes, and the game turned totally um, 180. So if you guys some observations to take away from this, it's the ability for a player to transition into the territory game and still win the game just by playing regular cannot be underestimated. The um, you know it's whenever you guys feel desperate, sometimes take a moment to reevaluate, and maybe the situation is not as bad as it seems. So very good job by Black fighting it out this game. And
Yeah, I was
yeah,
like, oh, he's gonna leave, and then I looked at him. I was like, wait a minute, I'm
uh,
good.
yeah, 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 yeah. So
He
yes,
can live. It's okay.
yep, yep.
Yeah,
And
thank you for the review. This is great.
yeah, cool. Thanks. Good game. And here we have our last game. This is Zebra Bob, a very cool name. Zebra Bob is Bob Zhao. Good, good, good. All right, so this is our third game, Frederick Milan. If Zebra Bob is indeed 11Q, then it is difficult. It would be a very tough to fight against this 3Q. Um, but let's not take their ranks at face value. Probably they're probably relatively even matched. The NAOL league does match players, into groups of similar rating. All right, so
I
the
mean, we
wrap up.
have Bob here, but I believe that's just inaccurate OGS rating.
Yes, yes, agreed. Um, cool. Okay, so both players should be about 3Q. Okay, let's see. Well, so far from the games, you will not be able to tell that anyone is NEQ. So here is the first one. Maybe so this the problem is White can push and cut. For Black, this bamboo is very nice. It protects against the cut, and it is sente, threatening a cut of our own. If White plays here, this cut is also very powerful. Make sure you guys don't mess up the order. if you play this one first, then white is winning this fight. But if you cut first, white will not be able to, you know, uh, capture a stone in sente. White would have to connect or play here. So white should be playing this extending move, and this is what black should also play, and then black can play things like that. In the game black played here, note how white played the same move, but black has not fixed the original problem with the push and cut. Okay, so as white here, I will recommend keep extending and playing, playing for the big moves. Extending is a visibly very important move. In the game, white decides to strike at black's weakness right away. Also a good idea. This direct fight is going to result in white's favor, mostly because black has to play here and then white connects. If black pushes and cuts, there is no liberties for black. So again, black's weakness earlier from not protecting this peep is showing up. Here I recommend another good thinking for us. If you know exactly what the next move for the opponent is, in this case, white is going to be capturing. You can, before you make your move, you can think twice about exactly where you want your move to be. In this case, black probably wants to move like this. Where we're sidestepping away from white's point of attack. This is another idea of the thickness principle. You want to play as far away from your opponent's strong thickness as possible. You don't want to play right on top of it, and if you are not connecting, then white is gonna have strengths here. And so you don't want to play this move at e5 disconnect. It's very close. You want to play very far away. You want white to add to this thickness and then you to transition away from it. Um, okay, so this jump is a very good possible move for black. So in the game, black won. This ko happened. Okay. Um, yeah, and because this code, remember, white having captured a stone is very strong over here in this corner. Black is not uh, capturing this corner or threatening it in any way or in any foreseeable future. So for black to have played this connect, for example, because there's no threat against white, these two stones no longer matters very much. Black is not going to win too much from the ko, therefore the ko is fairly light for white. And also note visibly, white has some ko threats and black does not. So, okay. Yeah, this is what we're worried about. Right now, probably black wants to, exchange two stones for two stones. This is a Panuki shape, which is very big, but black captures two and saves the bottom group, and he saves it by capturing two stones. That should, that's also pretty good. Of course, another thing is to do what we wanted earlier. This way, this white shape is much better than that other diagram we saw before, but that's another way to play. In the game, black played a coast threat, but then didn't follow up with it, and so this is a very good position for white now. Mostly this coast threat can only capture two stones, and that is just not gonna damage white very much. And the stones that black is saving now happens to be right next to this overwhelming thickness from white. And this group is not gonna have a good time. Um, Namely, what's gonna happen is that black is gonna be spending many moves in this area, and even if and when black finally succeeds in living, for example, like this, you know, when black finally succeeds at living, black is gonna find that all these moves are gonna surround very very little points, and white's thickness can be used no matter what. And that's the case when black does survive. So okay, the thickness principle is very, very, very important. You want to play far away from the thickness. You want your moves to be on the outside and his moves to be on the inside. So if yeah, so right here, um, for example, right now, black wants to do something like this, where um, you know where white is capturing black, but these moves from white are inside, black's moves are on the outside of the thickness. Um, yeah, yeah, just do it. Um, yeah. And so black is doing his best here, giving up some corner, enticing white to capture, and then black can capture two stones. But white does a very good job of holding back. And right now, these five stones, again, because of how strong white is the value of the five stones is only the territory that comes with it, which is about 15 points. So black would rather play on the outside and have white play on the inside in between the black moves and the white thickness. Of course, white wants the same thing. White wants to play on the outside and have black's moves be on the inside. Um, okay, so once white accomplishes this, um, it will be very difficult. It will be a very difficult position to play as black. So imagine something like this has happened, and black is gonna play here and capture three stones. Note how these moves are all on the inside, and white's moves are all uh, this move. White's moves are all on the outside, and this is going to favor white tremendously. Um, just you know, um, this move is going to end up in seke, in sente for white, and that's black's best case scenario. Uh, of course, you can easily imagine worse, right? If if white is able to uh, do this capture, and then it's all over. Um, this this capture, and it's all over. There's no way that black can live, and this one, this one, this one, and even if white extends, and here no reading is required to know that black is not gonna be surviving. You don't need to read anything to know that this white is so thick there is no way to escape. And so um, um, yeah, so make sure um, okay, so we did just say the reason for um, we want to be on the outside of the thickness, and we want the opponent to be on the inside of our move and the thickness in between our move and the thickness. One, it's more efficient that way. You can surround much more territory if you're on the outside, um, blah, blah, blah. And here is a more direct reason. You don't want to get killed. You don't want to get captured. And that seems like a pretty good reason. When you are playing on the inside of the thickness and your opponent's moves, your opponent is surrounding you, and it's bad. So in the game, white didn't play quite precisely, And this opens up black to be able to counterattack against these 5 stones. So black does find a good chance in this game. Um, and now there's a big liberty race. Now, so as white here, if you have read this far and you're not sure, then you can then you might be able to make this kind of a move, or um, at this point we could have played there. At this point, something like this one, all could be possible, and of course connect also possible. And at this point, play here. Um, Another possible move is to Atari. Um, just white is basically accepting that I'm gonna live here, and I'm gonna capture this first, and then I'm still gonna capture black. And even if white doesn't capture black, um, and even if white plays it safe, let's just say white doesn't go for the capture. White has also already gained so much because um, all the black moves are happening right next to the thickness of these panukis, and then white's moves are largely on the outside, capturing this one stone in the corner and things like that. So, um, okay, but in the game, this liberty race happened. So let's see how that worked, how that went. Um, okay, this has to be done. This is a common technique to throw in for the extra, to clamp down on the liberties. Here, as white, you probably want to extend to get this one liberty away from, uh, you know, take out this one liberty from black. Um, yeah, I can imagine something like this happen. And this way, black is losing this liberty race. So black will want to connect and maybe force white to play this move. However, this is also black losing this liberty race. So um, white capturing is going to give black one more liberty here. And black does a very good job of throwing in. This is a perfect move. White probably needs to capture on the outside, and some kind of a ko here is inevitable. So in the game, white does capture, but this um, connect is gonna lose white the game. Um, um, so um, it would be nice if black white clamped down on the liberty earlier, but let's say that this happened right now. This would be a one-step ko in black's one-step ko for black in black's favor. Um, yeah, basically, yeah, one one misstep and it's a one-step ko. Yeah, yeah, very. It's very hard to play precisely in this kind of time. So yeah, we've all been there messing up this, a fight. Another thing White could have considered was to play this way and to get liberties this way. This is attractive because Black cannot play there, so Black has to play on the outside first. This would also be, White is ahead by 2 liberties. So, and of course, if Black connects, the same thing. So one alternative is this. Another alternative is connect, and this you'll see something very similar um, in the actual game. So um, when the fighting came to the end stages, it was black with the superior fighting, end fight technique, and White is gonna pay, uh, you know, pay, um, for this lack of, um, you know, finishing abilities. So Black also didn't play perfectly, and like the way White gave Black one extra liberty, Black also gave White an extra liberty. So now White has three, but if Black played these two moves, White would only have two. So each side gave the other one extra liberty, and Black came out one liberty too much, and White connecting here for sure, taking away one of White's own liberties uh, is another culprit, and this game shows another example of um, get these Ataris while you have the chance, because later on during this game, wouldn't it be nice if White had um, wouldn't it be nice if White had the Satari exchanged, right? Capture, capture this black. So another case where um, in Go, this is the most common regret in Go. I didn't play my sente when I had the chance, and now it's too late. This life and death could have been this way, where White would clearly have a very big ice space and probably win the capturing race very comfortably. But instead, either like this or even something like this jump would be good. Uh, just make a sure eye, and or when Black played here, play what White wanted to do earlier, and even if you give Black the extra liberty, it wouldn't matter so much. Maybe, you know, okay, maybe it still does. Well, no, it doesn't matter. White is winning this liberty race easily, um, and so another case where not getting that clear sente came back to haunt White in this game. And the game now is back in Black's favor. Black has much more territory than White, and Black has two corners. And so here White goes for more fights, which is reasonable, but um, noticeably White is getting outfought in this location as well. And so two, two great fights by Black on the verge of defeat, um, um, on the verge of defeat, turns the game for Black. So so there are two ways to play Go, guys. You can turn your brain off, turn your calculating brain off, and just play according to the thickness principle. Um, and then play these sentes while you have the chance, while you have the wherewithal. Um, you can play it in this way, or you can play a very precise game, get these Ataris, while at the last possible second, probably now we can still get the Atari, we can and or you can play very very precisely like this kind of a move, this kind of a move, and calculate it out perfectly. So both ways are very strong. Um, I myself really do like to turn my brain off and play this way. You can also play very fast this way, and so on. So certainly a very enjoyable way to play. Um, uh, yeah, so two ways. If you can play one out of the two ways fairly well, you would have a lot of success. Um, of course, ideally, you want both. You want the calculating brain on and the evaluating, eyeballing, brain on as well. Um, you know, so um, so very good job in the early fight by White, and very good job when the situation became desperate by Black. So I a few mistakes here and there, but a very exciting fighting game nevertheless, and um, fairly high quality, I'd say, for a three dan versus a three dan match. So congrats, guys. Um, yeah, I hope your journey to the dance is a smooth and successful one. And I believe this is the last round of the North American Online League for Season 8. So, oh, round 4. So maybe there's one more round. Um, maybe there's one more round. Anyways, enjoy. Hope you guys all enjoy your games. And see you guys next time. See ya, Bob. Well, see ya. Okay.